What's up, everyone? Today we have EXmark. It's a decent little machine here. It's very heavy duty. It is a ECS180 CK A30,000. It's a pretty good little machine. This is, with the exception of a few differences, almost identical to a Time Master from Toro. Engines obviously different, wheels obviously different. It's definitely heavy duty, and for the most part, however, it's pretty much the same as a Toro. Problem is the clutch cable, or excuse me, the cable to really engage the blades, which it's not really a clutch, it just puts tension on a drive belt, and that drive belt then engages the blades, is broken. So we have a new one. Going to get that installed. It's really kind of hard to show the top because of the angles that I'm in, but let me just show you this part. When you get this, you will be getting, now it's already tangled up, but more or less, you get this whole piece. So when you look at your cable, it just goes directly into this little housing, and you have to replace the whole housing. And this little slot is a compression area for, I think it's the throttle. Look. Might be the self-propel cable, actually. I don't think this has a throttle, at least nothing that goes down there. So self-propel cable gets squished in there and holds it in place. So that just goes in with a 7/16 bolt, or not, excuse me, and a bolt that goes all the way through. Cable goes through, and that's it. So I'm just going to put this end on the bail, and then the real important part will come next. Okay, so there are 4 3/8, one back here, 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 and there. Now, I just need to take this off. Which, of course, is not easy. Because, well, it can never be easy. Let's see. Do I need to take the whole thing off? Yeah, probably should. Okay, well, I can either wrestle around with this more, or I could take this off and this bar off. So I'm gonna do that. It looks like there's a couple, like, 1/2 inch. What is that? Maybe 1/2 inch? Yeah, 1/2 inch bolts here, some more down there. I'm just going to loosen the one up there so I could kind of pivot it back and forth. We'll get this whole bar assembly taken off so we can take a look at the whole thing. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is great and annoying at the same time. The Toros will not have this bar, will not have this extra support on either side, so it's a whole lot easier to get into. So this whole process, if you're going to be doing this on a Toro, is going to be a whole lot easier. Until we get to the next step, I think this is actually easier on this one because the engine's a little differently shaped. But we're not going to get into that one. I'm going to take this off, like I said, 4 here, 2 here, 1/2 of over there, call it good. So here comes the really nasty part. I have this off, as you can tell. Everything seems to be fine. The problem is this. This cable goes to a plate right here, which is just there to kind of hold it in place. That's easy enough. I think that's a 3/8. Take it off, no problem. The rest of the cable goes all the way back there. And unless I'm going to take off the whole engine, I'm not going to see it. So which means you are not going to see it either. But, excuse me. Basically, what we're going to do is there's a big hook I just need to take it off the big hook, and then we will just put the new one on, which the new one, as you can tell, has, you know, it's just a spring, and so you just attach the spring to the other end of the big hook, and then that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and we will at least do this so you can see that. Let's take this as opportunity excuse me, to go over a couple things. One, be careful. I have repaired this hole in particularly, not this specific one, but Toros and EXmarks. Actually, no, I take that back, just EXmarks. So maybe Toro's different, or maybe people who own Toros just don't do this. But this hole loves to do nothing more other than two things. One, hold this down, and two, strip out. So don't do that. Well, what's going to happen? You're going to have a very expensive repair, because you either can drill and tap it, put a new larger one in, which is usually what I end up doing. But I hate both drilling and tapping, especially since you have to take the motor off. And to take the motor off, sorry, look down and you were sliding around. Anyway, next thing you're going to want to do is, after we know it likes to strip out, we want to take a look at this belt, because while we're in here, this belt is kind of nasty. It's just a good opportunity to change it. Luckily, with this machine, it has a viewing window. I do not think the Time Master has that, so that's good. So you can actually see the condition of the belt. But as we look in this one, there's really no issues here. Now this belt is special. You can't just go to their normal hardware or automotive store and buy one. This actually keeps the timing of the blades. So if you were to put this on wrong or a different belt, it probably wouldn't even work, and if it did, you'd just be hammering the blades together eventually. So not a good idea. So I don't know, like I said, how well you're gonna see in there, but we can at least give this a try. I'm hoping that I can do this with you here, because I kind of need to see too, you know, just tiny details of life. This is going to be a feel thing, I know it. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit where you are and take a look with my head and my eyes and a flashlight to do this, so excuse me. I found a little bit of an easier way, not much, but the big hook has an opening on the top, the one that's on the machine. You can take the belt off, which I did on this pulley, and then move this. That's technically what the spring is going to be doing. That's a brake, and that brake will make sure the blades are not turning, and when you pull on the cable, you just remove that brake. So I was able to twist it enough to actually be able to look in there and see the hook, and then I just put it back on. I'd have to shove my hand through the side over here, which, to be honest, I couldn't really get past the bottom of my thumb, so I got like 3/4 of my hand in there. It just wasn't working, so that was a lot easier. It did require me to, you know, take this belt off, which I'm hoping isn't going to bite me in the future. No, I don't think so. If you ever find yourself needing to replace a belt on this machine, cancel the rest of your day, because it does take a little bit of time. It's not really hard, but it takes a lot of time, so be aware of that. But I think you can see it now. So obviously this spins the blade. There's a exact same thing on the other side. Well, it's actually just a little bit different, but same tooth pattern and everything. So the little brake goes on there, and simultaneously when you pull on it, the brake engages this idler pulley and pulls it towards it, tightening the belt. So it does two things. One, when we release it, it stops the blades from moving. Safety first, of course. And two, it actually keeps the blades under the belt under tension. So I think I'm going to attach the bracket back on there to hold the support down, and we'll be set. Currently I have that finger tight, so I'm still able to move everything. So right now this is too loose, obviously. Maybe finger tight a little bit more. You need to make sure that everything's in the little groove. Okay. What you want is like the perfect amount of tension. You want it to be tight, but you don't want it to be, and again, stay in the groove. You don't want there to be any slack. Also, you don't want to not have the other end of the cable connected to the bail, because if you don't have it connected, then you're not going to be able to adjust this pretty much at all, because your cable will be the wrong length. Well, I shouldn't say the wrong length, but you won't know where to start, just put it that way. Because if you didn't, I mean, this could go anywhere. You could adjust it back here, over here, you don't know, and then you try to connect it to the bail, and you can't. Okay, I'm going to pull on it, and you tell me if it slides out. I'm counting on you. Did it slide out? I know that's not the first time you heard that. Okay, I think we're set. So I'm going to spend some time putting all the little bracketry together, all that nonsense back on, and then we'll turn this on. We will see if the blades turn on, and more importantly, we will make sure they don't go clank, 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 clank together. I've never started this machine, so I don't know if it does. I asked the owner if he wanted me to tune it up. He said no, it was just done, so I'm assuming it is tuned up and should be running. So we're going to see. It's on choke. Fuel is on. Like I said, we're going to check for a couple things. One, we're going to make sure the blades start moving. Two, we're going to make sure the blades don't move when you first turn it on without engaged. And three, we're going to make sure the blades aren't going clank, clank, clank. Let's see here. Well, as I'm sure you're aware, it's a little smoky, and it yeah, not good. But at the same time, like I said, they don't want me to fix that part. I might just want to run outside for a moment or two just to kind of burn off the oil. It's not uncommon for that to happen, but the point is, the blades are done, the cable's installed. Blades do not engage until they are told to, and they do engage, so that's good. All are good things I would want to see when doing this repair. So if you have a Toro, Time Master, or EXmark, what is this, ECS something? Yeah, ECS180 CKA 3000. I think you could just go down to ECS 180 all the way through. I think the rest are just different engines. Could be wrong, I don't know. But anyway, that's how I replaced the cable. The belt was good, everything should be ready to go. So hopefully the person enjoys it and uses it a lot. It's a very well built heavy duty commercial mower. I really like this one. In fact, I am going to be purchasing one for myself to use personally. So, okay, hope you enjoy it. Definitely subscribe, a thumbs up if you like it. If it's something you have any questions on, leave a comment below, or just leave a comment at all. Follow me in Small Engine 101 on Instagram, and I will see you later. Have a good night.